Hey guys, Katie July. It's my week 43 post-op gastric bypass update. So I'm trying to get myself more into the habit of doing weekly updates at least until I hit 1 year. Although it feels like I just made a video since I fell out of this thing of doing it all the time. So week 43 means that I am just 9 weeks away from my 1 year anniversary, anniversary, which is crazy. And I know, I hate talking about my goal weight now. It's awful. It's so awful. Okay, numbers. So I started off my highest weight 297, day of surgery 290 even. Last week I was 175.4, which I was really excited about because I've been hovering at 180, felt like 2 months. I think it was probably 2 months. And this morning I got on the scale and 175.6. So actually bumped up 0.2, but 0.2 is like whatever, nothing. I did Bikram, the really sweaty hot yoga 3 times this week. And I have to say, just because you sweat so insanely much, I feel like my weight was a little bit all over the place. I got all the way down to 172.8 and then came all the way back up to 176.8. And I think that's just from like sweating out 3 pounds of water and then drinking something and it coming back up. And I was better when I wasn't getting on the scale. I don't know. I mean, I talked about this in my last video where, 3 weeks away from the scale kind of was freaking me out, but then I feel like I had to focus more on just, okay, you're just eating healthy, you're just, And I've read articles saying that people who weigh themselves every day have better long-term success with keeping the weight off and stuff like that. But now that my scale is unpacked and is back in my bedroom, I am getting on it first thing when I wake up, last thing before I go to bed, sometimes when I come home from work, and it's just, I know Todd talks about this too, it's awful. Like, I am back to being crazy. And the real thing is, I went to Weight Watchers yesterday and I was down a pound for the week. And when, when you're 175, a pound to me feels like a lot. It feels like a good accomplishment. But in that moment, I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be 3 or 4 pounds, and I was 172 a few days, just all the crazy. So I know I need to put that stupid scale away. Trying to think what else is exciting besides my looming anniversary, which, hating talking about my goal weight and whatever, I feel like I was just getting to the point of being like, 180 is my stopping point. 180 is, where my body wants to be, and I need to not be so hard on myself, and 180 is lower than I thought I could be, and size 12 is smaller than I thought I'd ever be, and, this is it for me, and that's really exciting, and I need to be accepting. And then I was away from the scale, and I woke back up to the scale, and I was 175, and it kind of jolted me into thinking, like, well, hold on, wait a second, maybe I can get smaller. So I feel like this week I was a little bit back on my grind of, counting points for Weight Watchers and all of that, and started to think, well, I'm 9 weeks away from my anniversary, what do I want to weigh at my anniversary, and going in to see my surgeon and all of that. It's kind of driving myself crazy. I don't know. I mean, I totally understand why having a goal weight is important, and, I don't want to just kind of like float wherever this takes me and be content and not be striving for something and not, I don't want to feel like having a healthy, normal BMI is totally beyond my control or out of range for me. There's no reason I can't get to 155, which is what it would take for me to have a totally healthy BMI. I am overweight right now. I am 20 pounds overweight, which is nothing. Like, my fat girl mentality of weighing almost 300 pounds, to hear someone say that they're 20 pounds overweight, I'm like, okay, whatever. And a little bit, it's hard not to think that still. I mean, I think I look okay. I'm realistic, you know what I mean? Like, I still am having a hard time kind of figuring out, well, can I wear dresses? Like, do I look weird wearing tight shirts or whatever? But I don't know. I can't do a 10-minute video saying I don't know, but that's how I feel. I mean, some days I'm like, yeah, I'm going to strive. I'm gonna hit 155. And the next day I'm like, why am I beating myself up when I'm gain 0.2 and, I'm being healthy, maybe 175 where my body wants to be. Maybe it'll take me 2 more years to get to 155. I mean, that's the other real thing is like, okay, I'm going to hit my surgiversary, so what? You know what I mean? Like, hopefully I've got 80 more years on the other side of that surgiversary. And it's unrealistic to think, you know, I'm going to hold my breath, get to 155, and then perfectly maintain that for the rest of my life. I mean, just not how it works. With all that said, this I feel like is going to be the most boring update ever because not anything huge has happened this week, but I intended to give you guys just a full body shot last week, so I thought I'd do it this week. And I was just gonna do it. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see with the windows and everything. I'm gonna try to stand. Let's see. This shirt's a little bit weird. See if you can see. Woo! You guys see me? Is that better? Hi! I feel like it's sort of hard to get a good reading. This shirt's a little weird. You can see if I pull it in. Sorry, with the windows. So here's the thing in terms of what my body feels like now. There are definitely moments when I will glance a piece of myself and be surprised by how small it is. For me, it's weird things. It's like I was in the car the other day and I turned and my shoulder just looked teeny tiny, which sounds so weird, but, you know, I'm used to kind of like my arm being, you know, so out there and so big. And I turned and I was like, oh, my arm is, you know, this part, like my shoulder is small. Or especially when I see photos of myself, my legs have always been small. I carry my weight in my stomach. But now sometimes I'll look down when I'm watching TV or I'll see a photo of myself and I'll think, my legs are small, you know? I mean, whatever, someone who weighs 120 is probably like rolling their eyes about that. But for me, it feels like my legs are small. My stomach is still where I carry all my weight, so I feel like I'm learning how to dress better for that, which is, you know, I can wear tighter pants, I can wear skirts that are shorter, but I like tops that are a little bit flowy. This shirt's a little weird, just going to put it out there, but I'm kind of feeling that, oh my God, I own 4 shirts that fit me again, not because I'm getting smaller, but just because I'm kind of, you know, I've been balanced out at this weight, I've been wearing these clothes for a few months, and so I'm kind of getting sick of everything I own, and I found this like in the bottom of the closet. I don't know where it came from really, but sometimes I think it's really cute to put on today, and then sometimes I'm like, this is a strange shirt. In terms of plastic surgery, because maybe I could start thinking about it, I feel like realistically, it's just not an option for me yet. I mean, in huge part because I still don't feel like this, you know, is over, and I don't feel like I know where I want to be. I know other people who get into the 170s start thinking about, you know, oh, well, you know, here's where I feel good, here's what I'll do. But for me, I don't know if I'm going to stay here, and I'm kind of hoping that I don't stay here, so I don't want to think about it yet. But also, I want to have kids. So I feel like my stomach is just off limits. Like, there's no way they're going to give me a tummy tuck and then let me, you know, get a big pregnancy belly and then give me another tummy tuck or something like that. So with that in mind, I think it's actually really, really helped me because I'm like not allowing myself to focus on excess skin or anything like that because I feel like it's life. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to have this belly, no matter what it looks like, for at least 6 more years. You know what I mean? I'm not ready to have kids tomorrow. So it's kind of really helped because I feel like I'm being really zen about it instead of like, oh, if I can only get to 160, then I can hire a plastic surgeon and then I can get a really flat belly. It's just like, it is what it is for 6 years, so I am not hating on it. My arms are kind of the thing, which if you'd asked me in the beginning what part I would be most fixated on, I would definitely have said my stomach, but it's actually my arms because I feel like I want to wear, you know, sleeveless stuff. And I feel like I can. I feel like I do just because, again, like, what am I going to do? Not wear a sleeveless top in the summer just because whatever. And I'm hoping it's a sort of thing where I'm noticing it a lot because I'm fixated on it, but other people aren't. So, you know, I feel like my arms, when they're away from my body, look nice and whatever, normal. And then when they're up against my body, there are definitely these little moments of extra skin. But, again, like, what what's my option, you know? My reality is that I used to weigh almost 300 pounds. Like, that's part of it. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up weighing 175, so I've got the signs of that. I don't know. That's all I have to say. This was such a short update. Maybe I'll have something exciting to tell you guys next week, like I lost 2 pounds, but maybe not. Keep your fingers crossed. Hope you guys are having a good week. Bye.